Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself. My name is Pina Putri Amalia from the 20A Informatic Engineering regular class. Here I will present the result of a research entitled Analysis of Java Programming Error Codings. Okay, first of all, we will discuss the abstract of the research. After analyzing the data, it is known that there is a group of 7 common mistakes made by students, namely variable error, operator error number, error program blocks, prefix and postfix operator, error import package, and data input errors. The error rate is caused by several factors, namely basic computer skill that are still lacking, students are not careful in writing syntax, there is no competitive spirit among students in learning programming algorithms. Most students learn to make programs when in the laboratory. The quality of the contents of the practicum guide is relatively low, difficult for students to understand as beginners in learning algorithms. The solution needed to overcome this problem is to give assignment for each meeting, link lectures, materials with other courses, and design cooperative and competitive learning methods. Introductions. Programming algorithms are courses that provide the basics of logical, systematic thinking and problem-solving skills. The Java programming language is a popular programming language and is relatively simple to learn and is also the basis of programming knowledge that must be mastered before learning to develop Android. The idea of this research arises from the problems that exist in students who take courses, the cluster of competition that are spread over several courses, namely program algorithms that use the Java programming language. From the result of observation and interviews that researchers conducted with students, it was found that students in general still have difficulty in the process of codifying programs from pseudocode into programming languages. This is because the coding process requires toughness, patience, and good logical thinking skills. Besides that, most of the previous students came from non-vocational schools, so they were still unfamiliar with some computer programs, so that when learning practicum in the laboratory, students were still afraid to try to develop themselves in mastering the program language. Research methodology. First, object. This research was conducted on all students of the second semester of the 2020 and 2021 class of the Informatic Engineering study program at Nusa Petra University, who are taking the programming algorithm course. The number of students is divided into 3 classes, each consisting of 36 people in class A, 30 people in class B, and 34 people in class C. Second is data collection techniques. In carrying out this research, several techniques and tools were used to collect data, including interviews with object observation, literature studies, and supporting data taken from various library materials that have high credibility, such as books, scientific journals, and online sites. Third, data analysis techniques. The first is data reduction. Data that has been collected will be summarized, selected the main things, focused on the important things, looking for themes and patterns, and discarding unnecessary ones. Second, data display. After being reduced, the data will be processed and presented in the form of a brief description or chart. Research result. The first is the syntax error model. Variable error. Variable error related to the use of variables that have not been declared, filling variables value with different data types from the previous declaration, such as using strings for mathematical operations and using mathematical operations that do not automate the data type, such as using integers for division operations, will result in inaccurate value, because integers can only be used for integers. Second is error curly braces. It often happens when students do not make closing curly bracket in Java syntax that is built on classes function, loop operations, and operations. The second is the logic error model. Meandering between postfix and prefix operators, this operation function to add or subtract on number from a variable with a difference in the order of the addition process. Discussion. Factors that affect the error rate are: basic computer skills are still lacking. Some of the basic computer skills include the ability to type fast with the 10-finger technique, which is still rare from the three classes. While fast typing is an important skill that must be mastered by programmers. However, this skill can develop quickly if students often practice making programs. Students are less careful in writing Java program syntax. In each practicum, the practitioner will be given a module to study and imitate as a reference for solving more complex problems. In the process, the Java program has strict coding requirements, including case-sensitive, so that programmers are required to be careful in writing the Java syntax. There is no competitive spirit among students in learning programming algorithms. Competitive spirit is very important in learning, because every student will always be motivated to be better than each other. The majority of students learn to program only in the laboratory. They do not try to study deeply and fully master the material that has been studied previously. This happens because of the low level of awareness of the importance of learning algorithms, which is the application of the mathematical theories and concepts they have learned so far. In addition, there are some students who have other activities outside in the campus, such as organizing, teaching private lessons, and study at the cottage. The solutions that are done to overcome Java syntax writing error are: facilities and supporting facilities from institutions related to computer practicum are good. The number of computers, as many as 60 units supported by the Internet and Core i3 computer specifications, is sufficient to meet the need of students' practicum. Second, give homework every meeting. In order for students to become more proficient and skilled in making programs, it is necessary to have a result-oriented test model in the form of program products for each meeting in accordance with the given learning theme. Creating algorithmic material that is relevant to other mathematics course material. To increase students' interest and enthusiasm in learning programming algorithms, it is better if the discussions of each theme is related to mathematical problems such as discrete mathematics course, linear algebra, numerical methods, and statistical methods. That way, students will understand the concept of mathematical theory to be converted into algorithms, so that students' ability to master mathematical theory is getting better. Next, the majority of students learn to program only in the laboratory. Lecturers need to evaluate the programming algorithm learning model that has been implemented so far. One of them is by applying cooperative and competitive learning models. The cooperative learning model is carried out by grouping students into several groups and directing each group to compete with each other to solve a problem together. Conclusion: errors in writing Java programming algorithm in the informatics engineering study program at Nusa Penida University are various errors that arise because of the wrong way of using variables. Forget to close the program block with curly braces. Forget to add operators and to connect strings with variables. Forget to add semicolon expressions at the end of the program line. They forget to import package. Don't understand prefix and postfix operators. Incorrect data input. And solution needed to solve the problem. These are by giving assignment at each meeting, linking lecture materials with other courses, and designing cooperative and competitive learning methods. Okay, that's explanations of the result of my research. More or less, I apologize. Thank you so much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.